This is how we took the worst Simpsons scene and turned it into something that looks good. Hello YouTube, and this is a summary of how I created this animation from this scene. So this is the original scene.
I say we call Matlock. He'll find the culprit. And
this is what we ended up with.
I say we call Matlock. He'll find the culprit.
So this is how we got to that point. This is the summary video, so it's already been completed, and I'm just going to show you, the process I went through to get it done. So let's get started with that. So first, we started with, just sketching the background. Make sure there's a colour card in it. There we go. So we started with just a sketch of the background. Then we animated the body. So this is just a very simple 2 frames there, and in between. So that in between doesn't look that great, but the in between doesn't matter as long as the motion looks good. And then what we do here is we have one in between and extreme, and it just eases back out and just rests at that position. So that's easy. We have then we have the head, and I focus on animating the eyes just because the eyes are the windows to the soul, and the eyes are important. So I animate the eyes. And finally, did a bit of lip sync. And then we add a peg onto the entirety of the character. This gives that final rotate, so if we watch that normally, it's a bit janky, but if we add a rotation, it looks a bit better. Obviously I changed that rotation in the end, but let's see what we did. So let's disable that for now, just so we have the animation, and let's disable all of this. So we start with the background, which is just very simple, it's just a drawing. Then enable final comp. So I have a comp with the character on just because that's easier to manage, and I can put a shadow to make it look like a piece of acetate. So what we do is first we animate the body. So as you can see, again, it's just a single in between. And at this point on the character, we have that in between there, and then we remove the arm. Then we just animate the arm. So the arm goes from being drawn into the frame to then being a separate object at the back. And we add a peg onto the arm to give it a rotation. So again, we have the extreme, and it eases out. Then we just rotate the entire body to try and hide that there's only 3 frames of in-betweens on here. So each image actually lasts for 2 frames but has a tween on it. So we hide it using that motion. So that looks alright, and then we go on to the next bit, which if we enable the head comp, we first have the head. That's it. And then we animate lip sync, which is just a bunch of frames, and we just select the frame we want. We animate the eyes, which is all frame by frame, but the nose, what I should have done is I should have had the nose on a separate layer, but I'm lazy, so I just copied and pasted the nose onto each frame. And then finally we just put the glasses on, because in Simpsons the glasses don't have any tint to them. And then you can see the head obviously just needs a peg onto it, and there we go. Fairly simple. We add if I go into rendered mode, we place the shadow on, just make it look like a piece of acetate, and that goes onto our final character comp. And then we add a bit of bloom, which obviously that's too much, so we add a bit of transparency. So if we remove the bloom, you see it just brightens the image a bit. But yeah, and then we have our final result from that. This is a summary video. The entire process will be uploaded sometime next week, so keep your eyes out for that. It will go through the process of actually animating the character rig here, all of this bit. So yes, like and subscribe, all of that YouTube stuff. Check out my Discord in the description, check out the social media. Until next time, goodbye.